Hey guys, welcome back to today's stock deep dive, and today we are going to deep dive on a stock that I covered couple of months ago, right? This stock went up 19% in 3 weeks, right? And this is right after I did a video deep dive on this stock, and it's a food stock, right? Okay, but before I review that, let's talk about what happened after it went up 90%, right? After it went up 90%, actually it corrected a little bit as of now. And is it a good price point to look at, right? Okay, so I'll be covering the support and resistance point that you can reference to formulate a trading plan, a safe trading plan, so that you can actually know what are the good price points to look at, right? Okay, so before that, right, let's jump into some important information and disclosure, right? Educational purposes only. This content is created for informational and educational purposes only. It does not constitute financial investment, legal or tax advice, not a recommendation. Any analysis, charts or company mentions are for learning and discussion purposes and do not represent a buy, sell or hold recommendation or any specific trading or investing instructions. No license. I'm not a MAS licensed financial advisor. You should conduct your own research and consult a licensed professional before making any investment or trading decisions. Market risk. Investing and trading involve risk. Markets can be volatile, especially in sectors affected by news, earnings, regulations or clinical developments. Losses can occur. No guarantee. Past performance, historical data, technical patterns or dividend history do not guarantee future results. Data accuracy. Information is based on publicly available sources as of 11th of March 2026. Accuracy and completeness cannot be guaranteed, right? Okay. Basically, this is a financial disclaimer to let you know that I don't know your financial background, I don't know your risk appetite, I don't know you, right? Okay. And I don't know your financial capital as well, right? Okay. So you need to do your own due diligence, right? And also treat everything I say in this video as not true, right? Okay, you need to do your own research and verify all the facts yourself, right? Okay, but having said that, right? Okay, I did a video on CAG, right? Okay, stock symbol CAG, right? Okay, on the 21st of January, right? And on the 21st of January, I said that this stock could be showing early signs of rebound, right? Okay, as of the video, when I did the video, 21st of January, it was the price for CAG back then was $16.96, roughly $70, right? Okay, and roughly 3 weeks later, the price went up to 20.32, right? And in terms of profit difference, this is a $3.36, right? Okay, dollar difference. Now, $3.36 appreciation in the stock price, right, is not a big amount, right? Okay, but based on the stock price itself, because the stock price is a low price, it is a percentage increase of almost 20%, which is huge, right? So don't look at the dollar difference, it's only $3, but that is also because the base is small. So the stock price is a low price stocks, right? Okay, and because it's a low price stocks, a $3.36 appreciation in just 3 weeks is considered big, right? Like I say, in terms of percentage, is almost 20% in just 3 weeks of appreciation, right? Okay, meaning that if you have bought the stock at the time when you saw my video, right? Okay, this is actually almost 20% appreciation in your capital that is put into this stock, right? Okay, so but what happens next, right? What happens next? Because since then it has corrected a bit. If I'm not wrong, now it's back down to roughly $18 ish, right? Okay, so what is next for this, right? Okay, I'm going to talk about it, but before that, right, and I really encourage all of you to go back to my channel, right? Okay, and actually watch the 21st of January video where I talk more about why it is showing early signs of rebound, why the bullish setup is setting it up for it to go much higher, right? Okay, of course, a bullish setup doesn't mean it will definitely go higher, right? But the probability is there, right? Okay, there is a higher probability that a bullish setup tend to move in that direction, right? Okay, but it's not a 100% thing, right? Nothing is 100% in the financial world, right? Or even in financial trading and investing. So we always make sure like we have a sound and safe trading plan to safeguard ourselves, right? Okay, but before sidetrack a little bit, so let's just jump right into CAG, right? Okay, the actual name is Conagra Brands, right? A leader in packaged foods, right? Okay, and their key business pillars are leading brands like Bird's Eye, Healthy Choice, and so on, right? They do snacks also, right? High growth labels like Slim Jim and so on, right? They also do pantry staples, everyday essentials such as tomatoes and things like that, right? Hans tomatoes, and also food services, right? Okay, supplies, ingredient, and prepared foods to restaurants and cafes, right? Okay, and so their basically main footprint is focused of North America, right? Okay, managing a portfolio of 100-year-old iconic brands as well, right? Okay, and that alongside modern and health focused options, right? Okay, so basically this is the business model fundamentally, but what are the financial numbers, right? In terms of their financial performance compared with last year, right? So last year, approximately $11.2 billion, right? This year guidance, 2026 guidance, they are expecting sales to range between -1% to 1%, right? So roughly there, right? Okay, not much increase or decrease in terms of their revenue. What is positive about their numbers is that there is improving volume growth in their frozen and snack categories, right? Okay, because they have solved their supply chain issues, right? Another thing is that there is risk also, right? Okay, and this is why there's not much, because of the risk, there's not much revenue growth compared with last year, and this is just expected guidance, right? The risk is that inflation, right? Okay, the cost of their goods to produce their end product may stay elevated, right? And this is going to affect their bottom line as well, right? Okay, so their risk is mainly inflation, the cost of their raw materials and things like that, right? To produce the end product. But going forward, right, what does the company have in plan? They launched Project Catalyst, a multi-year plan to re-engineer the business using automation and AI to lower costs and improve profit margins, right? Okay, but this is multi-year, right? Remains to be seen, and they just started, right? Okay, the key growth drivers is frozen food trends, right? Capturing the all-day breakfast and high-protein meals trend with new product launches, right? Okay, and portfolio shaping, right? They are selling off, reshaping their portfolio in the sense that they are selling off slower growing brands, right? And focus more on more profitable snacks and frozen items as well, right? And in terms of capital allocation, they prioritize high dividend payout to reward shareholders while also using remaining cash to pay down debt, right? Which is a good thing, right? But going forward, there are risks as well, right? Also, these are all the more positive stuff about fundamentally going forward, the company plans to achieve to do, right? Okay, but there are some key risks to consider going forward as well, right? Inflation pressure, right? The rising cost of ingredient, raw material, and packaging may squeeze their profits, right? Okay, if they cannot raise their end product price higher, right? Okay, and another risk is consumer shift, right? Okay, budget conscious shoppers may switch to private labels, right? Which could affect their revenue. And also government policies, right? Potential new US tariff could increase the cost of raw material and also increase inflation, and actually it will hurt their bottom line, right? Their profit margin as well. So final thoughts is that Conagra is a stock symbol is CAG. It's a stock that is currently in a transition phase, right? Investors and traders should weigh is high dividend income against challenges of slow sales growth and a high industry competition, right? There's a lot of competition in this industry also. But what are the kind of dividend they are talking about, since we are talking about high dividend, right? Okay, so here are some numbers on the dividend. The stock offers a high dividend yield of roughly 7 to 7.4%, partly also because the stock price came down, right? Okay, for a long time already, and they still maintain, even though they are reducing their dividends, but because the stock price went down much faster, right? The dividend yield is now approximately 7.1 to 7.4%, which is considered high, right? Okay, typically anything more than 5% should be considered high enough, right, for a lot of investors and traders, because we have a lot of companies that pay dividends of 3% or even lower, right? Okay, earnings outlook, right? Okay, reaffirm adjusted earnings per share for 2026 is $1.70 to $1.85. This is a decrease from 2024 and 2023 also, right? Okay, as the company resets from pandemic era highs, right? Okay, so as the stock price goes down, the earnings per share also starts to go down a little bit, right? Okay, but because of that, the dividend yield is considered high, right? Okay, and their growth focus, I would say the investors should closely watch Project Catalyst, which I mentioned just now. Their multi-year plan to improve efficiency and also improve their profit margin, right? Okay, in terms of valuation, the stock trades at a forward P ratio of approximately 10.5 times, right, which is lower than this historical average of 12 to 14 times, right, which is a good thing, right? Okay, the lower the price to earnings ratio, right, means that it's more valuable, more undervalued for us to buy, right? Okay, the stock, right? Okay, that's what the valuation is for. But it may go even lower. It's very hard to say, right? Okay, it might not be the lowest, right? Okay, but it's good enough, right, to have a gauge on the that it is much lower than his historical values. Current situation for CAG in terms of technical, right? The stock is showing some recent rebound, right? Like I say again earlier at the start, right? It went up 20% in just a short span of roughly 3 weeks, right, after my initial video in January, right? Okay, the thing here is that right now, right, the major support is 15.96, which I mentioned in my previous video in January. So I really encourage all of you to watch that video, right? Then come back and watch this video also, right? So you have a better picture if you are really into thinking of going into CAG and seeing where are the price levels that is suitable and comfortable for you, right? Okay, so but over here, technically, right, a major support is already established based on January, right, when it started the rebounding. So the major support is at 15.96, right? Okay, resistance level is 28.52, right, established in 2025. And also the recent high, right? Okay, since January it rebounded quite strongly, roughly 20% in just 3 weeks. But this is like how to say, after that it corrected, right? It corrected to what we see. The price right now is at around $18 ish, right? Okay, so it reached a high of 20.32. So this is a secondary resistance, right? Okay, so in terms of bull case, right? Okay, price levels trading above the recent high, right, of 20.32 may signal a bullish breakout towards a much higher price, right? And the much higher price, they may even go all the way to the next resistance level, which I share with you is roughly $28, right? Okay, a bad case would be that the correction right now that we are experiencing will continue to correct and test the major support that I mentioned, 15.96, right? Okay, and if it does break, it might go even lower, right? Okay, So staying below the recent high also suggests that stock may have lacked momentum to go much higher also, right? Okay, so always use a fixed percentage fixed risk percentage based on your capital, right? Example, you only use 1% of your capital in each trade, right? Okay, and look out for XLP, which is a consumer staples exchange traded fund, right? Okay, XLP is actually CAG is actually in XL move in tandem, right? Move in tandem with XLP. So looking at this actually give you a better idea about the overall consumer staples, right? Because generally, consumer staples, if they are bullish as a whole and moving up, right, the whole sector, the stocks that in this sector or industry will tend to move in tandem, right? Tend to move in line and move together also, right? Okay. But of course, with that said, let's jump into the chart to show you the actual numbers, and I add a few more things, right? Okay. So basically, we can see from here, this is a quite a major resistance, right? This is another one, right? Recent resistance here. So we are definitely right now is having a correction, right? Which is very normal, right? After a move up here, right? And I say somewhere here in January, right? I said that it is going to move much higher, and since then, within 3 weeks, it moved another almost 20% higher, right? Okay. And this is in my video, right, that it was uploaded on in January. So watch that video. I will add in a link in some of the under the description so that you can watch that video also. Just click on the link, you can watch it. But basically, after it went up 20% in just 3 weeks, which is considered quite big for a lot of investors and traders as well, it started correcting, right? Okay, it started correcting, and now it's roughly $18 ish. Now, the thing here is that is there possibility that it will continue to correct, right? Okay, but before I say that, right? Okay, I just want to say, like, this has already, in terms of short term, monthly, daily time frame, right? In terms of short term, it has already turned uptrend, right? Okay, and this is a bullish sign, right? Okay, not 100% that it can continue, right? But a lot of times when you can see when it is in the downtrend, the trend lasts for quite long, like the previous trend, it turned downtrend, right? The trend lasts quite long, right? Okay, so there's a tendency that this could be the start of a uptrend, right? Okay, and the first move has already first wave, right? First wave, because wave uptrend have a lot of wave, right? Okay, downtrend also have a lot of wave. So you can see over here, this is a downtrend wave. After that, it rebound. Then another downtrend wave, then it rebound. Then another downtrend wave, then it rebound, right? Okay, and we can break it down into smaller wave, right? Okay, over here, went down, rebound. Went down another wave, rebound. Went down another wave, rebound. Went down another wave and rebound. Went down another wave and rebound. Went down another wave and rebound, right? Okay, so there are many waves, right? Okay, but my point here is that now that it is in it has just recently turned uptrend on the daily time frame. It means short term wise, there's signs that it is turning bullish, right? Okay, more signs that it is turning bullish lah, right? Okay, because when we want to trade something up or down, right? Okay, for example, in this case, if we want to trade up, right? Okay, we want to look for more bullish signs. The more bullish signs, the better, right? The more the bullish signs there are, the more probability that it will follow that direction, right? Okay. Of course, even though it's a very high probability, it's not 100%, right? Okay. But like what I said in January, right? When I show you this high probability bullish setup, right? Okay, I didn't know that it was going to go up 20%, but it did, right? Okay, so higher chance that it will happen, right? Doesn't mean that it will happen 100% of the time. So do your due diligence. What I'm trying to say is, do your due diligence. Do not believe every word that I say, right? Okay, if you don't like what I'm talking about, by all means, don't do anything, right? Okay, but over here, I say again, this in time to come is a resistance that once broken will show more bullish signs that it will go higher, right? The momentum is there and so on, right? This is the recent major support that was established in January, right? Okay, and right now is the stock is correcting, right? Short term wise, suspect that in terms of this, right, we might want to take a look at the weekly time frame, right? And we can see that through the weekly time frame, we can see that there might be a chance for it to go much lower. So over here, just based on the daily time frame and the weekly time frame combining, my take here is that technically, right, there might be a continuation of this correction. The correction might not be over totally, right? There will be so-called downward pressure, right? There will be so-called downward pressure due to the weekly time frame, right? Okay, to go slightly below $18 or all the way to test $16, which is the major support, right? Okay, but having said that, right? Okay, once the correction is over, which is not over yet right now, right? Okay, but once it is over, once we can through the daily time frame, we can see some buying momentum through our technical price action or things like that, right? Whichever suits you, right? Whichever suits you to confirm buying momentum is in, right? Okay, buying demand is in, right? You could actually use this as a setup, right? Find a bullish setup and start seeing whether you want to start accumulating for this stock, right? I'm not saying you should, right? Okay, because it can go all the way down, right? Okay, if you feel the same way, that is only if you feel the same way, like the way I see it, right? Why I say this is because you look at the monthly time frame, right? Like I said in my previous video, which I talk more in detail, right? We can see the over here, all the previous MACD, it actually went higher, right? Okay, if you look at here, you went higher. Look at here, you went higher. Look at here, you went higher. And looking at here, it's supposed to go higher. But how come it's coming down, right? Because all stocks don't just go up in one line, right? Okay, obviously we want it to be all green, right? Okay, but we can see over here in the previous move a few years back, right? Okay, there was 1 month that it was down also, even though after that it went higher, and there was 2 months that it was down, even it was going much higher, right? These are phases of correction in upward move, right? Okay, so yes, it started, it may have started its upward move. There is a correction, right? Whether this is a correction remains to be seen. Whether it's similar to this move remains to be seen, but there is high probability that the pattern might be the same, right? Might be the same, might be, might not be, right? Okay, so you need to do your own due diligence and not just put all your eggs in one basket, right? Okay, like I say again over here, pre-trade consideration, right? Okay, check important dates like the earnings release, right? Okay, scheduled on the 1st of April, and also manage your position size. Like I say again, make sure you don't over trade, right? Okay, in the sense that you only use 1% of your capital as a risk to trade, right? Ensure you have a stop loss to make it safe for you to trade, right? Okay. And if you don't know how to find the stop losses or support levels to find your stop losses, or resistance levels to find your stop losses, or how to find a bullish setup, where it triggers, what are the price point that after triggering is a good price point in terms of risk to reward. All these I actually teach in my free workshop, right? Okay, so you could actually sign up for it. So it's somewhere in the link somewhere here. So do consider registering for the free workshop and actually join me in my free workshop, where I share more about my strategy, how I use it to analyze. Just like the strategy I use it to analyze for CAG, right? You can see that in just 3 weeks it went up 20%, right? Okay, so overall long term wise, based on the monthly time frame, I'm still bullish, even though right now short term is having a correction due to the daily and the weekly time frame, right, which I explained earlier through the charts, right? Okay, remains to be seen whether it will happen the way I see the technical charts, right? Okay, it might come it might appear the same way as I see the charts, right? But everyone see the technical charts differently, right? Okay, so also watch outside factors like US farm bills and changes in SNAP benefits, right? Supplement nutrients assistance program, right? Okay, it's a government food aid for low income earners, right? Because as all these things can directly impact how much consumers spend on CAG also, right? Okay, and also generally in the food industry also, right? Okay, so basically that's all from me. Hopefully what I share here with this update, like I say again, I recorded this video to give you an update what happens next, right? Okay, because a lot of you watch my January video on CAG, right? Okay, and email us and telling us like you did well, right? Okay, congrats to you if you did well and invested on CAG and make a first round of profits, right? Okay, this stock long term wise might even go higher based on the money time frame or even the longer time frame charts, right, which I show you just now, and also mention more in detail in my first video, right? So this is just an update, right? Do watch my first video in January if you are interested to find out more about CAG, all the information that I talk about CAG during my first video, right? Okay, which is not covered here, right? Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and I will see you real soon. May the profits be with you, and trade with passion. See you soon.
I hope you loved the video and learned something new from it. If you want to receive more videos like this, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell for notification. And if you want to learn more about the Trade to Win formula that I use in my trades, click on the link or button around this video to join my next free online workshop. In the workshop, you'll learn everything from finding the best opportunities to making consistent winning trades in the markets. I'll see you on the inside.